WWDC is now less than 2 weeks out, and the iOS 27 Siri leaks just keep coming. Today, we got something a little different, though, because instead of just text descriptions, we actually got our first look at images. Bloomberg's MacRumors shared a series of recreated screenshots that give us our clearest visual yet of two of the biggest features coming in iOS 27. The brand new Siri app and this new thing Apple is calling Search or Ask. So, the first screenshot is the dedicated Siri app, and this is the one a lot of you have been waiting for. For the first time ever, Siri is getting its own standalone app, and seeing it laid out actually makes it click just how much this thing changes. Up until now, Siri has basically been this ephemeral thing that you ask it something and you get an answer, and then it's gone. With this new app, you finally have like a home base for Siri, a place where all of your conversations will live and you can go back and revisit them whenever you need to. And then the second screenshot shows off the Search or Ask feature, which is honestly the one that I find a little more interesting because, well, we kind of know what a ChatGPT Claude-style app would look like. This is Apple reimagining what search looks like on the iPhone. So instead of the old Spotlight search we've had for years, you get this combined Search or Ask bar that lets you either search your phone the traditional way or fire off a question to Siri like you would with any AI chatbot. It's Apple basically fusing search and AI together into one, and that's a pretty big conceptual shift for how we interact with our iPhones on a day-to-day basis. Now, I do want to be kind of upfront here. This particular report was light on the written details. It was really more about giving us that first visual confirmation, with Bloomberg's MacRumors saying more details are to follow, but timing is everything. WWDC kicks off on June 8th, and it lines up perfectly with everything that we've been hearing in the past few weeks about Siri and everything. So let's also do a quick recap of kind of the bigger picture, because we have the Search and Ask, we have the Siri standalone app, but there's a lot more to Siri. And so let's just do a quick recap. So here's where things stand. The big idea is that Apple is obviously turning Siri into a real proper AI chatbot that can finally go toe-to-toe with all of the major players out there, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. A huge part of that is the way Siri is going to live. And we've talked about this before. It's going to be in the dynamic island. So when you trigger it with the wake word or by holding the side button, you'll get a pill-shaped animation up inside of that dynamic island. And when you ask a question, the answer comes up as a transparent results card. If you swipe on that card, it'll open up into a full conversation mode that's said to look a lot like an iMessage thread. So you get a real back and forth instead of just kind of a one-off answer. It's all complete with little cards for things like the weather, your notes, and your upcoming appointments. And this all ties into that Siri app that we just showed in the screenshots, which lays your past conversations out as a grid of rectangles with summaries, gives you a search bar at the top to find old chats, and a plus button to start a new one. It supports uploading images and documents, and you can type or talk to it. Basically everything, again, that you'd expect from a modern AI app. And the Search or Ask feature from today's leaks fit in here as well. You swipe down from the top center of the screen in any app, and you get this new system-wide search, kind of like Spotlight, but smarter, pulling in more advanced results and data from inside of your apps. Siri can also pull from the web to answer the general questions that you'd normally throw at ChatGPT, with responses formatted like a proper search page with bullet points, summaries, and large images. And here's the part that is genuinely significant. While Siri is the default for that Search or Ask bar, if you press on it, you can pick a different chatbot to talk to instead. So if you're not vibing with the new Siri, ChatGPT, Gemini, etc., those will be options. And this lines up with another recent report that Apple is planning to let users set third-party AI services as the default for Apple Intelligence features like writing tools and image playground. So Apple is really opening things up beyond just ChatGPT's integration that we've had since iOS 18. Speaking of image playground, that's getting a little bit of a redesign as well. Get a simpler, cleaner layout, a new describe a change option for editing images after the fact, and Apple has reportedly been testing new image models that produce more lifelike results. So iOS 27 should be a pretty big update across the board, but make no mistake, Siri is going to be the main star of the show this year. After all of the delays, the personalized Siri that was supposed to come back in iOS 18, and after it all got pushed back, after Apple sent its Siri engineers off to that AI bootcamp, which I still find hilarious to this day, this finally feels like it's going to be a really big moment for Siri, and hopefully Apple can deliver, but I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. How do you feel about all of this information? I know we've talked a lot about this before, but now we've got those screenshots. You see what the new Siri app could look like. You see what the search or ask options are going to look like. Let me know in the comments down below if you're planning on diving more into this when Siri comes out. Are you going to be a heavy user? Or are you going to stick with something like ChatGPT or Gemini? Make those the default, since you should be able to do that in iOS 27. Let me know down in those comments. This is Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next one.